minutes or so, and the vegetables are not fully cooked, but they're definitely softer than they were to begin with, and I don't want to cook them all the way because if this is supposed to cook for 20 minutes, then the zucchini would turn to mush if I cooked it any more. So the next step was to add the meat substitute back, that's my sausage, that I cooked in garlic, and to add the tomatoes. And I was thinking tomatoes and broth, but it said tomatoes and juice, so I guess it means, you know, your diced tomatoes that are already in tomato juice, and you save your broth for if this starts to dry out. That's the way I understand it. So now I add this, and I'm supposed to add the rest of the spices now, and bring this to a boil. And see, mine already looks a little dry, so I'm going to add maybe a half a cup of this broth. And the spices again, and I'm sorry I'm not measuring. Parsley, it says to be generous. That's probably a tablespoon. Parsley. And thyme, I would think a teaspoon. Okay. And it said bay leaves, so I'll add 2 medium-sized bay leaves. Remember to take these out when your meal is done before you serve it. And it calls for cayenne pepper, and I don't have any. I have chili powder. I thought about using that, and I was like, no, I'm just going to add some red pepper flakes. You know, I used these recently, and somebody made fun of me because I only added like 1 shake or 2. Should I be generous? Okay, ouch, ouch, I'm scared. You know, you can't take the hot out, you can add more. So, I believe that's all my spices, and this has come to a boil. So I think I'm supposed to go ahead and add the beans, but let's double check the actual original recipe. See if we followed along, you know, kind of the way we want to. Cook 5 minutes to soften. Add tomatoes and juice, sausage and herbs. Bring to a boil. It's boiling. Add beans and boil again. Here's my it was a quarter cup of these Great Northern white beans, and now it's much more than that because they're cooked. Okay, so stir the beans in and come back to a boil. Indeed it is boiling. Maybe the cassoulet means it has beans in it. Reduce heat so mixture bubbles gently. So it was at a 7 or 8. I'm going to put it at a 3.5. If it stops boiling altogether, I'll turn it back up. Cook for 20 minutes, and you add liquid as you need it, if you need it. So timer. I'm only going to cook it for 15 minutes because it's half of what they said, and I didn't use real meat. Oh, you add the cayenne at the very end. Well, I added my red pepper spices, flakes, with all the other spices. Okay, I will zoom in on this, and then I'll show you the finished product. I believe this came out very well, and I wish that you could smell it because it smells very good. I did add, I ended up using a whole cup of broth, and I added some water too. I felt like the broth might overpower it, that vegetarian broth that I had bought, because it's spiced also. So this whole, well, it's not all the way full, but this has 350 calories, so if you divided it in 2, it'd have about 175 for each person. And I am out of camera range. I was looking for something to pour it in so you could see it, but I'll just bring the camera over here. It looks really great, smells wonderful, and I might even bring it to work and share it with the girls there. So it's not really complicated when you know what you're doing, so I just went back and forth in the book because I was sort of winging it, but if you follow along in the video, get everything out beforehand, you should have a pretty easy cassoulet.